All right, Bears fans, let's dive right in. After a thrilling 31-28 win over the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Chicago Bears are starting to feel like a team with real momentum. It was one of those games where every play mattered, and it really showcased some of the young talent stepping up in big moments. A.Z. Trapillo, for instance, made a strong statement in his debut as a left tackle. Considering it was his first career start, not even in his natural position, he performed remarkably well. The passing game looked more secure, with only one pressure allowed and no penalties. His pass blocking grade was in the mid-80s, while his run blocking came in slightly above average, showing that he has versatility and reliability that the Bears could really use going forward. The team has had a tough decision between him and Theo Benedict, as Theo excels in the running game, while AZ is stronger in pass protection. But for now, giving Trapillo the starting nod seems like the right move. He has already been used in jumbo packages over the last several weeks, which are typically running plays, so flipping roles and keeping Theo as an extra blocker could be a smart strategic adjustment. If AZ proves consistent, it opens up exciting possibilities for how the Bears build their roster this offseason. You want a left tackle who can hold his own one-on-one, and Trapillo showed that potential on a short week against a solid pass rush. Speaking of players earning their spot, Nan Wright continues to impress in the defensive backfield. Coming from a career that many overlooked, including time on the practice squad last year, he is now tied for the league lead in interceptions and has made several game-changing plays. Wright's ability to create turnovers has added a critical dimension to the Bears' defense. While there are multiple talented corners on the roster, including Jalen Johnson, Deshaun Wright, and Tyreek Stevenson, Nan Wright's performance makes him nearly indispensable. Even with some minor mistakes or penalties, his knack for taking the football away outweighs those moments. The Bears are fortunate to have this kind of depth, but decisions will need to be made regarding who starts and how players rotate. With the potential return of key corners from injury, it will be interesting to see how the coaching staff balances talent, health, and matchups. Tyreek Stevenson, for example, has been working to return to form after a recent hip injury. If Jalen Johnson is healthy, maybe Stevenson gets a week to recover while still maintaining depth and quality on the outside. The coaching staff now has valuable options at corner, and Wright's emergence adds a new layer of competitiveness and flexibility to the secondary. His impact is undeniable, and it highlights the importance of players seizing opportunities when they arise. Looking at the bigger picture, the Bears are putting themselves in a strong position for a playoff run. With an 8-3 record, the schedule is still challenging, including games against the Packers, Eagles, Browns, 49ers, and Lions. These are all tough matchups, and each presents a different set of challenges for the team. Cleveland has a dominant defensive presence with players like Myles Garrett, capable of changing a game in an instant. However, the Bears have shown resilience, winning close games and finding ways to come out on top. Momentum, confidence, and execution will be critical as the season progresses. A victory over the Eagles on Black Friday would be pivotal, potentially boosting the Bears' playoff chances dramatically. It's that kind of high-stakes game that defines the character of a team. The focus now is taking it one game at a time, executing the game plan, and keeping the team healthy and sharp. With key players like Trapillo stepping up on the offensive line and Wright solidifying the secondary, the Bears are showcasing both depth and talent, which are essential for a deep run in the postseason. The offense has had its moments of brilliance as well, with the offensive line adjusting to injuries and showing improvement in protecting the quarterback. Every week presents new challenges, and the Bears have handled them impressively. The balance between run blocking and pass protection is starting to stabilize, which is a major factor for their success moving forward. Seeing young players like Trapillo adapt so quickly demonstrates the quality of coaching and preparation within the team. On the defensive side, turnovers have become a critical factor in the Bears' games. Wright's interceptions and fumble recoveries, combined with a strong pass rush and disciplined secondary, have created opportunities for the offense to capitalize. The combination of opportunistic defense and adaptable offensive line play has contributed to wins in tight matchups, And that trend will need to continue if the Bears aim to maintain momentum through the final stretch of the season. Special teams, while not always highlighted, have also played a role in these wins. Field goals, kick returns, and coverage units have all contributed to favorable field position and scoring opportunities. In close games, these small advantages often make the difference, and the Bears have taken advantage of these situations. Preparation and execution in all phases of the game have been evident, showing that the team is not relying on one or two star players, but rather a collective effort to compete at a high level. The team culture appears to be growing stronger with each win, and confidence is building, particularly among the younger players who are seizing their moments and solidifying their roles for the present and future. As the Bears prepare to face the Eagles on a short week, managing injuries, rotations, and game plans will be key. Players like Trapillo and Wright exemplify the importance of stepping up in critical moments. The coaching staff's ability to make tactical decisions week to week, such as adjusting the offensive line or defensive backfield, will be under scrutiny, but thus far, their choices have been effective. This upcoming game is a true test of the team's resilience and ability to perform under pressure. It's a defining matchup for the season, setting the tone for the final stretch and potentially impacting playoff seeding. The excitement surrounding this team is palpable, and the combination of emerging talent, strategic coaching, and clutch performances is giving Bears fans reasons to feel optimistic about the remainder of the season. Each practice, each matchup, and each decision on the field contributes to the overall narrative of a team on the rise, eager to prove themselves against strong competition and capable of competing at a high level across all phases of the game. The Chicago Bears are showcasing that they are not just a team that survives. They're a team that can thrive under pressure. From offensive line adjustments to defensive playmaking, the collective effort is driving results. With the playoff picture becoming clearer, the urgency and intensity of every practice and game are amplified. Fans are witnessing the evolution of a team that is learning how to close out games, execute under pressure, and balance talent across the roster to maximize performance. Confidence is growing, mistakes are being addressed, and the coaching staff continues to find ways to utilize the depth and versatility of their roster. The focus remains on consistent performance, taking care of the football, and executing game plans that put the team in positions to win, especially in critical moments where games are decided by a handful of plays. This is the type of environment where young players thrive, where veterans contribute leadership, and where the team as a whole begins to define its identity through the challenges and triumphs of a long NFL season. This is a Bears team that has responded to adversity, capitalized on opportunities, and shown glimpses of the potential that fans have been waiting to see. Key contributors on both sides of the ball are beginning to establish themselves as reliable playmakers, creating a foundation that can support playoff success. The combination of strategic coaching, player development, and in-game adaptability is becoming the hallmark of this team. Every week presents a fresh set of challenges, and the ability to adjust while maintaining a high level of execution will determine the trajectory of their season. With the right focus, discipline, and continued improvement, the Chicago Bears are positioning themselves not just to compete, but to make a significant impact in the postseason, leaving a lasting impression on fans, opponents, and the league alike. Continuing with the Chicago Bears momentum, let's focus on the upcoming matchup against the Philadelphia Eagles, a game that will be pivotal in defining not only playoff positioning, but also team confidence. The short week presents its own challenges, especially in terms of recovery and preparation, but it also tests the Bears' adaptability and resilience. Philadelphia is a formidable opponent with a high-powered offense and a disciplined defense, so every detail matters. The Bears' coaching staff will need to balance rest and practice, ensuring that key players are healthy and ready to perform. Injuries, as always, are a concern, particularly in a compressed schedule where players like Tyreek Stevenson may need careful management. Decisions on rotations, player usage, and situational play calling could make the difference between a narrow victory and a disappointing loss. Yet, the Bears have shown a capacity to rise to the occasion, and there is confidence that they can handle the intensity and pace of a Black Friday matchup. Their preparation will include not only technical adjustments, but also mental readiness, emphasizing focus and execution in high-pressure moments. AZ Trapillo's emergence on the offensive line remains a critical factor as the Bears navigate these upcoming challenges. His performance against Pittsburgh suggested he can handle the responsibility of protecting the quarterback and supporting the running game. With a short week and a tough opponent, consistency in the offensive line will be crucial. The Bears need to maintain the balance between pass protection and run blocking, adapting to defensive schemes that the Eagles are likely to employ. Trapillo's ability to handle one-on-one situations is a significant asset, and integrating him effectively into the game plan will allow Theo Benedict to continue contributing in specialized packages where his run-blocking skills are most effective. This versatility creates a tactical advantage, enabling the Bears to adjust formations and assignments depending on the opponent's strengths and weaknesses. The offensive line's ability to protect the quarterback and open lanes for running backs is directly tied to the team's overall success, particularly against elite defenses like Philadelphia's. Trapillo's development and confidence in his role will be under the spotlight, and he appears ready for the challenge. On the defensive side, Nan Wright continues to be a standout performer. His ability to create turnovers, recover fumbles, and impact the passing game is invaluable. Wright has transformed from an overlooked player into a cornerstone of the Bears' secondary, providing both stability and playmaking ability. With Jalen Johnson potentially returning and other talented corners like Deshaun Wright and Tyreek Stevenson in the mix, the Bears now face decisions about optimal rotations and matchups. Wright's aggressive style and knack for taking the ball away have made him indispensable, and the coaching staff will need to balance his strengths with the team's overall defensive scheme. Coverage, pressure, and situational adjustments all play into how the secondary is deployed, and Wright's performance has shown that a defensive back who can consistently create turnovers can elevate an entire unit. The Bears' ability to maintain flexibility and depth in their defensive backfield is increasingly becoming a competitive edge, allowing them to adapt to injuries, opponent tendencies, and in-game dynamics. Looking at the broader picture, the Bears' playoff outlook is promising but dependent on consistency and performance in key matchups. Currently holding an 8-3 record, they face a series of challenging games that could define the season. The NFC is competitive, and even with strong performances, nothing is guaranteed. Close victories have highlighted the Bears' ability to execute in pressure situations, but they will need to sustain that level of play against elite teams. Matchups against the Packers, Eagles, Browns, 49ers, and Lions will test every facet of the roster, from the offensive line to skill positions to the defensive front and secondary. Myles Garrett, for example, represents a constant threat capable of disrupting any offensive plan. Yet, the Bears have shown that with disciplined execution, careful game planning, and timely adjustments, they can neutralize top-tier opponents and create opportunities to win. Each week presents its own narrative, and the Bears are actively shaping a story of resilience, adaptability, and competitive spirit. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Explosive rumors are shaking the NFL world as whispers around the league suggest a seismic shift in Chicago. Sources claim that Matt Eberflus, the head coach of the Bears, has emphatically stated he is out, sending shockwaves through fans and analysts alike. The murmurings began as subtle speculation, but the tone reportedly changed dramatically in recent team discussions. Eberflus, known for his no-nonsense approach and candid communication style, is said to have left little room for misinterpretation. His departure is imminent. Insiders hint at mounting tensions behind the scenes, with disagreements over team strategy and front office decisions allegedly reaching a boiling point. Some suggest that this is not merely a professional divergence, but a clash of philosophies, with Eberflus seeking an environment more aligned with his vision. The Bears, a franchise that has seen its share of upheaval, now face the prospect of retooling under potentially dramatic circumstances. Fans are left speculating on who might step into the void and whether this move signals a broader shakeup within the organization. Social media has erupted with debate, from loyal Bears followers expressing disbelief to NFL pundits analyzing every possible ripple effect. Analysts are dissecting past press conferences and cryptic interviews, trying to detect subtle hints that EBERFLUS might have been signaling his exit all along. Some insiders are even hinting at a possible domino effect across the league, with other teams watching closely for opportunities that might arise from such a high-profile departure. While official statements remain scarce, the intensity of the chatter suggests that this is more than a passing rumor. EBERFLUS' reputation for bold decision-making and straightforward communication only adds fuel to the fire as speculation grows around his next potential move. Could this be the start of a new chapter for the Bears? Or is it a harbinger of more turbulence to come? For now, the NFL community waits with bated breath, knowing that when someone like EBERFLUS speaks, even a whisper can become an earthquake. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.